All right, guys, here we're talking about Season 3, Episode 7 of the Santa Clarita Diet. So what do you think about this episode?
You always ask me that, and I never have a concise, final opinion about anything.
All right.
This episode I liked. I feel like the stuff with Abby and everybody was cool.
Yeah, it opened up some new adventures here. We had
Yeah.
some thoughts that paid off on previous things, like what's-his-face is a skate park. He wasn't a destroyed mess, but he was seemingly an invulnerable man.
A destroyed mess? What do you mean?
We pictured him at the skate park, like without fear, and then but keeps falling and having pieces of him missing.
He shouted I feel nothing because I'm undead.
Yes.
I love that all I wanted to call them like millennials, but that doesn't work anymore. We're millennials. Old people are like millennials now. Yeah. Skate park kids or whatever the new Gen Z or whatever people are.
They're triple Zs.
Yeah. So
the sleepy generation.
But all those people, they don't give a crap. They're on they're on Insta chat or whatever they're doing, Graham face. They're doing their stuff on their phone. He's like, I'm undead, and they're just like, fucking this old dude. Like, what is this boomer doing at the at the park? Which I thought was a cool way to subvert.
I thought his stunt double looked a lot like him.
He did. Yes.
That guy's almost perfect. I love that.
I thought back to the Tony Hawk podcast where he had some other skaters on, and they were, rapping about how back in the 90s they were straight booked as doubles or whatever. Because one of them was Tom Green's double in whatever movie that was.
Freddy Got Fingered?
Yeah, where he was and it's he did a lot of it, but a lot of the stunts and the stairs or something he wouldn't do. So they were talking about all this stuff. So I'm like, oh, that's awesome. And they're just talking about wigs and body types and I know a guy and we need someone. Does the back of his head look like this other dude? It's yes, okay. Get him in there or whatever. That's so cool. That's so dumb. But yes, this was a really tight sell because I was wait, is that him for one of them? Where I'm they keep not showing his face.
I don't know him enough. He could skate for all I know.
They didn't show his face so hard that if it was him, they wasted an opportunity to prove that it was him.
Agreed.
So I was it's not him, but it was yes, very, 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 very close.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a perfect head.
The back of the bald head.
I picture it being some guy with perfect hair, and they're sitting there with a razor, cutting it to make it exactly his head.
Slapping his head to put the blotches from that gross little dude on there or whatever. Yeah.
Good stuff.
It's movie magic, really.
It truly is. No, because it made for an experience. You're that happened.
Yeah.
I believe that.
No, and everything's sort of woven together pretty nicely over the whole episode. But they stop at the skate park. Yeah. They're you can't. I love the whole. His life insurance policy is literally his life insurance policy.
Yes.
I was that's pretty good.
No, that is good. And but it also made me think where I'm is that a concrete life insurance policy? Just because if you die and I get money.
Yeah.
If you died, they don't automatically go, oh, it must have been him. They wouldn't even have known there was a life insurance policy had you not told them.
It throws suspicion their way
or
whatever.
A little bit at least.
I don't even
know
how it works.
But I feel the worst case would be a suspicious death you just don't pay out, and they'd be oh no, I didn't get the thing, I didn't know it was coming.
Yeah, they're always so paranoid about attention.
It pays to be paranoid if you're a murderer.
I got you, and that's not airtight. And if they really had to kill him, they would, they should still do it. I support
he could just go
that.
Missing.
I feel there's a process where if you're the beneficiary, somehow you're notified or you're involved or whatever. I'm not even sure how all that works.
I don't believe so.
I don't know. I know in movies you don't, but I think in real life, I don't know how that all works.
Because my mom has one. I'm a beneficiary. I've never been called.
All right.
So I know, at least in that instance.
Well, I mean, for a perfect stranger, though, I don't know if there's some process that kicks in. If you could just be I want Angela Lansbury to get all my money or whatever.
I don't think they. I feel like it's just a business, and they're are you paying us every month? We don't care.
I'm just stamping the paperwork. Yeah, that's how a lot of life is.
I don't even know how it gets to that. I don't know if when you fill out the form, did you have to write their address and their number and their social security number?
There's some thing that should happen, but in movies, obviously not. So that's a whole thing.
Of course.
But we got so everything kind of merges together in this episode. I appreciated the writing. You had the we have to unframe her, whoever, for the murder. But luckily we have that guy's dead body, and that snowballs.
I don't see how that could ever help them ever, because they have a dead body. Yes. Yeah. That died of she killed it. So even if it was just a body of well, this is how it died. It's I think we could be able to find something. But then there's the flip side of it was in the fucking freezer for how long?
Yeah.
Once a body's been in the freezer, I'm sure there's some sign that it's been in the freezer.
It was a mafia hit where they had to throw off the time of death by freezing it.
Well, and then it's okay, we'll hide it during this explosion to also cover our daughter's crimes with this thing,
which is beautiful.
And I'm okay, so a liquefied guy who was bitten to death, who was frozen at one point, and you're gonna explode him. That might work, but I feel that same explosion would take away who he is.
This is all fixed by Eric's line. Make sure you put the bomb under the body so his DNA gets like mixed in with the C4 residue. That's his like solution to all of these problems. And you're like, okay, fine. Yeah.
Sure. And that's also hoping that his DNA is on file. Because
he had DUIs.
That's true. He did.
I don't know if you have DNA from DUIs. I don't care.
I don't think so. You have fingerprints.
But I can believe it is the whole point.
At least he's in the system in some way.
Yeah. I don't think it necessarily even clears her if if he shows up blown up somewhere. Like they think it does, and it will. But like
it will.
It's fine. Yes.
But yeah, just to say Eric could have been the accomplice of that guy. Like
they're like, oh, the guy you gave the C4 to just blew something else up. Like, how does this solve the problem? Like him and his dad were whatever. We're nitpicking.
I feel like she should have just, when being interviewed, and you were asleep the whole time. It was definitely Eric. He definitely slipped out doing that, and she should have just broken and be like, I didn't want our parents to know we were having sex, and it would have been done.
Yeah, I know.
It would have been plausible.
Yeah.
It would have been a thing. She's like, I've never seen Lord of the Rings. I have no idea. That was his idea. We didn't want to get caught. I might be pregnant. Like something like that.
Start crying.
Yeah.
And that actress has enough range to act like she's acting.
Yes.
So I feel like that would have been awesome. I actually thought, because again, during the FBI interview, like we're talking about, when Eric was like, oh, I see what you're doing there. Oh, and like all that stuff and like freaking out, I thought that was going to lead into him accidentally like, exonerating himself or whatever here. And I thought the same thing now, where she was going to freak out and then the FBI agent was going to be like, I know what's really going on. And then have something like you're talking about, some secret thing or whatever. But no.
Yeah. But no.
Because then it's only Eric's mom who's like, I know what's really, really going on, so you kids better cut it out or whatever. And all
yeah.
Yeah.
It's better to throw in more, what would be like more pokers in the fire here, because like everything is out to get them, and that's pretty good.
That's like the theme of the show. I think Joel
more
says
so
some
this
lines
season
here.
than ever before, because there's like how many enemies or things onto them or bad things coming do they have?
Yeah.
So like they have the guy who they're trying not to spread the zombie virus. They're your crazy friend. What's his name? Ron.
Ron. He's like the extra element this season.
But he's essentially like if you were to like be like, oh, he's the bad guy of the season, like in quotes, I would be like, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
He's spreading virus.
He's
doing
contained.
Things. He can't be whatever. Then you have the actual Knights of Serbia that are potentially going to get them. Then you have the Serbian like nationals or whatever the hell they're
Serbian
called.
Death Cult Mafia.
Yeah. Then you have the FBI. Like that's a lot of things. Am I missing anything? And then potentially crazy church people.
I like that the FBI's after like Abby and them. And that's threatening like their clan or whatever. It's also beautiful from like a writing perspective how like one problem and the other problem can get solved together.
Yes.
Right. But the theme.
Or it can be balanced into each other, like, oh, this person will do that. That'll stop this person. Good, okay. Yeah. Like when the FBI agent stops them from being murdered.
Yes. But the theme is that they always, like, it never works out. They always have a problem or whatever. Like some things work out, but just in a way that it has more problems later. Like, remember they were, like, going to leave town and, like, skip out and do all that. And then, like, ooh, that was a close one. And but then they're back for another season type of deal. Yeah.
Good stuff.
So I laughed out loud at the joke at the end because even Abby calls it out. She says, "This is going to sound condescending, but I really like this plan, and I'm glad that you thought of it. I really like it."
Yeah.
And it's like, don't listen to her, honey. Whatever. And then
it's a good plan.
It's a good plan, honey. Don't listen to her. But then it's like, okay, we go 50 feet away, and then hit the button. And she's like holding the button, and they're all like, oh god. And then it's like, no, honey, 50 yards. And then she's like, it's 500 feet. And then she's like,
picture her hitting the button,
no.
and Eric going, purposely didn't hook it up yet because I thought you might.
Yet because I thought you might want to take it for a spin.
Yeah,
exactly. And then, but like Abby throws in a great little, oh guys, this like thing coming in there. And I'm like, this is wonderful. This is a wonderful little interaction.
Yeah.
Because they're like, we're the fun parents. We're gonna do the thing, and they're like, oh no, this is kind of our thing, blowing up stuff. Please stop or whatever. Yeah. It's a nice little, right?
I'm wondering, because something bad's going to happen during all this, and I'm like, what is it going to be?
Well, so this was the real episode 7. So we have 3 more, right? And that's enough time. Well, I don't know if like 9 will be the peak or something like that, but everything will come together, right? Because we also find out that the Serbian Death Cult, Mafia, they know Joel's real name now.
Yeah.
He's not Roy Eastman Kodak anymore.
Do you think the explosion will happen in episode 8, or do you think that'll be somehow tied to the finale?
I feel like
the
we're
Serbians are
that.
coming for us, and Ron said, oh, I want to help you blow up a bomb. I can blow up things now, and like somehow like kills himself and the Serbians, and it's all pinned that way.
Wraps itself.
Like
in
they
a nice
lose
thing.
the squishy body, but now Ron is painted as the killer.
Well,
and something else happens.
Ron could even be who the Serbians end up, getting or something like that. you've been trying to protect. I know who you've been trying to protect this whole time. And then it's like, Ron. And they're like, what?
But I wonder if they did get Ron, that would probably be sooner, and they'd have to try to save him. Because, like, I don't think they'd want him to be like, with them.
Whatever. Yeah.
I don't know.
Or someone else Ron has turned, maybe. Some, like, proxy sacrificial zombie.
Comes full circle, and he ends up biting the 2 other realtors.
Do they kidnap the kid in this one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. The end. They kidnap the kid in the most awkward way, and they call him like, is that the 2 M's? Me again.
Trust me, a plastic bag is 10 times worse. He's like, how would I know that, you prick? And he's like, that's good, and talks to them like you know it's your kid and that he's alive from that or whatever.
I would.
Yeah, perfect. I'm like, nice. Yeah, the awkward callback. They're pretty good with that, with like the texting and the calling and the humor of that.
Proper bungling idiots here and there. It's really everything you need.
Yeah. So yeah, even the other realtors, everyone's involved. We're building up to this nice end game style finale of like things, which I really appreciate.
Series finale.
Stop it! Why do you keep doing this to me?
I'm wondering though when this one, like, because based on just when I read that last thing where like Timothy Olyphant's like, oh, I'm gonna keep showing up, blah blah. Like it seemed like it was fresh news to him, so I don't know if they went into the season knowing that it was gonna happen.
Right.
So like that could be frustrating.
Yeah, because the other season or seasons ended in a way where you were like, right? And if this ends like that and it's gone forever, we always say this, but that would be heartbreaking.
Crushing, yeah.
Yes.
Well, we'll find out very shortly.
I also liked, so we're gonna put a pin in my thing, stopping a zombie apocalypse, and do your thing, saving 1 person, right? Yeah. It's like, good times.
We'll stop at the skate park. It's on the way. This sounds like a really nice day.
On paper, this sounds like a really nice day. Her delivery has a problem, I think. That's something else, though. She obviously turned Jean, I think her name is. But Joel knows that now.
Now, yeah.
He finally,
after telling her how bad an idea it would be when he didn't know she already did it. Yeah.
Did you like, I'm glad you ran this by me. That's an awful idea. And she's like, yeah. And then like the dumb, like,
She is, like, I like her in so many things, but she is my least favorite character in
It's
this.
Interesting.
It's weird.
It's the delivery. It really is. It's
Where
really
I'm sure, like, her name is what got this show even picked up and launched in the first place. Yeah. And probably what turned a lot of people into seeing the show. Because I know I was like, oh, Timothy Olyphant, who I really like, but I'm not sure if he's universally liked.
I think more people like Drew Barrymore.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, nah, Timmy.
Timmy's the man.
Timmy and the kids.
Timmy and the kids. Oh, I'm going on tour.
Yeah.
I think that's basically it, though. Oh, Gary the Head talks about some dumb stuff. There is a shot in, this is very minor, I'm sorry. There's a side shot.
Where you can see there's a flap hanging over, and then the next shot it's not hanging over?
No, I wish.
That does happen.
There's a side shot, though, because his nose is missing, and his head moves a little, and it's like we After Effects did and, like, cut it, because the cut doesn't move with the head or something. I was like, oh, no, guys, this is awful.
There's a part where like flaps of his neck are hanging over the vase, but then the other angle they're not hanging over the vase.
They're like tucked into the vase?
It's on the side, it hangs over. On the other side, it's in.
Nice.
And I kept looking at that, just staring at it as it cut it, like, God damn you.
Yeah, so I forget what they even talked about. Something about, oh yeah, the murder. It's one of mine. Yeah, but still, like, that like bothered me a lot. I don't know why. I was like, stop it, show.
Yeah. They're like, cut the cost where you can. This show's almost over.
Listen, just cancel the show. Just cut off his nose. I'll get my nephew to do it. Just cut off his nose.
Yeah. All right, guys. So this was that episode of Santa Clarita Diet. Let us know in the comments below what you thought about it. Don't die in a fire, and we'll see you next time.
Hello, internets. I just love watching JustDaggers. If you've enjoyed this video as much as I have, click that subscribe button. Peace out, homies.